want to keep everybody waiting. Oops. What's going on here? Okay. All right. There we go. There we go. Audio. We're live. Blah, blah, blah. Welcome to Acute Mania Live. It's nice to be back on the show. The last time I was on, it was almost midnight, and we were celebrating the release of our single, the Natural Cause single called Dream. So that was a lot of fun. I've never interviewed myself, and I didn't. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it'll come to that at some point, but hey, crazier things have happened on the show. A lot of crazy things have happened on the show.
Let me give you a quick interview about how did the song come about and what did you do?
I sat down and played the guitar, and then Mike sat down and played his guitar, and then I was like, "This could be something. I'll write some lyrics to it." So I did that, and then Rob played some bass on it, and then we recorded it, and now it's out.
Yeah, it's a great tune. I love it.
Thanks, man. Asher, is it Shashaty? How do I say it? Is it Shashaty?
Yeah, it's actually, I think it's properly pronounced Shashaty, but in Americanized version of the name Shashaty.
Gotcha. Well, welcome to the show. It's nice to have you on. We were talking briefly before the show, before we went live, and about weather. And I haven't talked about the weather much. Well, actually, I have. I talk about the weather all the time on the show, but only with people that are not in in West Virginia or near West Virginia. I talk a lot of bands in Pittsburgh and the surrounding area, but not really in Florida. I see I had two bands on from Florida about I think last year sometime, like one right after the other that I got through a publicist, and I think that was the last guest from Florida I had on the show. Is it hotter than hell all the time? I kind of need to know this.
But I'm used to it now, and my schedule is mostly inside. I try to get outside and take some walks, but I try to do it before it gets too hot. So like before 11 o'clock, I'm out there taking one of my walks. I do a little bit of a running sometimes, but like that's where when I get outside, and then I'm producing, and then any other activity is like indoors. So I'm kind of like an indoor guy, but yeah, it is really hot all the time. It's really muggy, but lately it's been a little bit nicer. It's been getting down to the lower 70s, higher 60s.
I love that right now.
Yeah, that right there is like a sweet spot,
That's like the perfect weather for everybody. Just
Yeah,
but that's like springtime here. Like tomorrow it's going to be like in the 70s, and we've actually had some 70s in January this year, which is unheard of.
so random.
Also, it's been like -5. It was -5 on Christmas. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. I don't think you would have survived if you would have been up here on Christmas.
I would.
barely survived. It was just awful. But I mean, what do you do? So I
Yeah.
need to move south or fly south or whatever the birds do every winter. What do they call them? Snowbirds. I think they call them. No, I've been to Florida several times, and actually, Mike, the creator of the Wiener segment that you've heard when you were watching Michael on the show. He lived in, I believe that he lived in Fort Lauderdale I think that's where he lived. And since he's not in, I can't ask him, so he'll probably be in the chat, and he'll probably chat from the couch and shoot some stuff back and forth. But I'm pretty sure he lived in Fort Lauderdale or at one point did. But he was down there for about I don't know, he'll have to tell me, a few years, over the pandemic and stuff, and recently came back home. He's from here, so he's still in the house, though. He said a couple months, and it's been almost a year. But he's cool. We get along great, and he's a great person to live with. You don't know anything about anybody until you live with them. You know what I mean?
No, facts.
Goodness. Have you had any shitty roommates?
Yeah, I've had a good amount of shitty roommates. In LA, I did this. I Airbnb'd for a little bit in my apartment, and it was a 600 square foot apartment, so small already. And I just cut it in the middle with my bed on one side of the curtains, and then 2 air mattresses for $40 a night. And that was an experience for sure. Weird.
What's the weirdness?
Yeah, some weirdness in there, but I also met some really good people that way. And then I've had some bad roommate experiences, but every time that Michael Grass comes down with Crystal, like they're the best. They stay here, and they're the best roommates to have because we just like hang out and smoke. It's a good time every time.
Yeah, I've never met him in person. He knows some of the people in my circle, and or, you know, we have the same circles. And
Okay.
I just kind of found him on Instagram, and I was like, hey, you know, and he's another podcaster, but he's in West Virginia. I was like, this would be perfect because I've always wanted to do that, either be on their show or them come on mine, and let's just swap stories. And that was what a couple weeks ago or something he was on, and you were in the chat room with us, chatting along with the show, and that's how I snagged you up, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool how people connect that way, and I gotta be there for everything Michael does. He's there for everything I do, so like I return the favor, and he's just a really good friend. So it was cool to see him on a different podcast because I haven't seen that before. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's always him doing his own podcast, and the way he has it going right now, it's really cool. I like the way he's interviewing people that go live at the shop and they
Yeah.
perform at the shop, and then he interviews them. It's a good way for him to get some really cool interviews, and you guys should honestly probably try to figure out a show there at the shop.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure
I think we will. Yeah, I hear it's good. I know a lot of bands that play there. I
it's
just never
amazing.
been there yet.
Yeah, the sound quality, like that's the first thing I noticed when I walked in there. Like the sound quality was just so spot on. You know, like
And in the
mostly
pictures, I mean, the lights look awesome too. You know.
yeah, yeah, the whole setup is perfect for like a show for like, 100 people.
Yeah,
But that's like where you'll top out in West Virginia anyways for
yeah.
like a Friday or Saturday night. So it works out perfectly, and there's like overflow space too where people could go hang out.
Now, those guys that own that, they also do like live setups and stuff, right? That's probably why they have such good sound and lighting there. Isn't that
Yeah.
something he told me that they go and set up for? Uh,
Yeah, I think the owner at the shop sets up for some EDM shows, and he has all that stuff, and he knows exactly how to like have it mixed for if whether it's a band or an EDM show or whatever. Like the system is just mixed perfectly for whatever's going on. And I was like, hey, even if there's no turnout tonight, at least I know that it's gonna be like ripping the
so,
the
yeah,
sound.
and give you time to practice. You know, practice for
Exactly. And it
the
turned out
match.
to be a really good show. It was awesome.
Now, let's see. I'm trying to think. Trying to think the last time I had somebody, and I'm just using this as a broad uh, genre title,
Yep.
but techno. You know, because a lot of people, think of anything that's electronic-y, in a way, and DJing and stuff is
Them from
hip hop,
techno.
techno, stuff like that. Yes, Steve Aoki comes to mind
Yeah.
for me. But I'm trying. I think it was Brazil. Very early on the show, back when I was on Facebook doing the show, and they were called Lucky Jesus, and it was two best friends that just started. They both were DJs, and they just started doing it together and kind of off each other, and it was kind of language barrier weird, but it was still a good show. We had some good conversation. That was gosh, well, 3 years ago because June will be 3 years. But yeah, that I think I'm pretty sure that was the last artist I had on that was in the techno or
Techno realm and
yeah.
electronics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and theirs was totally different from your stuff. Your stuff is more like double step. What is this? A honky tonk show? Dubstep, right?
Yeah, there's some dubstep in there for sure. But I have songs like Beach House, which is just like straight up R&B almost in a way.
Well,
I like to
the song that I played when Michael was on, that was new at the time, or maybe it's still the
yeah,
newest one.
yeah, that one is leaning towards R&B and radio music in a sense. It's a little more experimental, so like finding that middle ground where being myself but making it mainstream enough for people to digest it, you know?
Right. A lot of people are collabing. Even bands. They'll grab a singer from another band and do a song, or a drummer or whatever. And you do a lot of collabing too with singers and rappers. D How does that work? Do they come to you? Do you reach out to them, or is it kind of both?
It's a little bit of both. Like really it's come from a lot of my mentor just reaching out for me to begin with. And then from there it's progressed. Like I have another one with Danny King that's in the works right now that is definitely my best tune yet. I try to upgrade every time, so I'm gonna say that new tune that I put out is my best one yet.
Right? Yeah, you have
Um,
to.
yeah, got to. And so once things happen a little bit through mentors or someone who plugs you up, um, a lot of these vocalists have rates. You're gonna be paying them something. And then but once you work with some, they'll work with you again for free. Like TJ is just TJ okay, and he's a big artist in Atlanta and he's just doing so much things. And I paid him for the first set of vocals. He did the second for free, and then he come played a show for me for like a really low rate, just hooking it up in Orlando.
Nice.
So things progress, and then you just kind of keep branching out and trying to reach higher and higher each time, and kind of even leveraging the fact that you've worked with these other artists, and being able to bring out the best from them, so that whoever you're going to work with or you're trying to work with knows that you're going to treat them with the utmost respect, to the point where they're gonna get the best from me. So they're gonna perform their best and have as much time as they need and stuff. A lot of people rush the process because they
Yeah.
get excited,
Yeah.
and then so vocalists that they try to get on board and stuff end up feeling rushed, and then they don't give them their best work just
And
naturally.
do they give you their vocals, and then you just say, okay, you kind of get a feel for what they want? You know, they tell you what they want, or is it just like you sit down like a jam session? I guess.
um Well, I this last one, Feeling with Danny King, and the one with Miyoki Urban Forest, and the one with Misdom as well, the ones with the vocalists on my album. I wrote those songs beforehand. Um Two of them with other producers, Rescue and Strung Along. And so those were all written beforehand, and I reached out to those vocalists specifically, and they liked the tune and they wanted to work with them. And
Nice.
then um and then the second one with Danny King, she wrote initially and then sent it over, and I was like, I want those vocals. And so I wrote the song around it. And I
Nice.
actually enjoyed that process a lot more than starting a track without vocals. I liked writing around the vocal. It
Yeah,
was a
that's
little fun
that'd be
that way.
easier. I think that would be a little bit easier than just trying to come up with something that they might like, that they might be able to write something to, you know, and just not knowing. Yeah, that's cool. Well, let's listen to one of your songs. We'll take a little break and listen to one of your songs, and then when we come back, you know, we'll talk about how this all started, how all the DJing started, and you know, all that stuff and all that good crap. Um, and we both kind of struggled with the title of this one before we went live too. Well, I did. I struggled with it, but Hijira, Hijira.
Hejira. I would say Hejira.
Okay, we'll call it that. And
Call
what
it
does
that.
it mean? What does it mean? And was it Arabic? You said.
It was like a Arabic word for like an epic outgoing, like an epic leaving or outro, like an exit from a city type deal, like a big one.
Now, is this something? Is this something off of? Is this out or is this upcoming or
Yeah, this one is out. It's the outro on that album, Astral Spring, that I just put out, my first official album.
great album?
Thank you. I really appreciate it, man. And I'm gonna have a vocalist. Her name is Destiny, and I went to middle school with her. She's gonna get on it. She was on The Voice. She goes by Destiny Rain.
Okay.
Um, and she did really, really well on The Voice, and she's been doing really good for herself in music afterwards and making really creative, new, fresh stuff. And we just finally got to the point where like our paths aligned. And so she's doing vocals right now for this track, like a vocal edit of it.
Awesome. Well, let's
Yeah.
take a listen to it. This is Hi Hajira. I don't know. You say it. It's easier with me.
Hejira.
Hajira. Got it. By Asher Shashaty. I got it. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
I'll make it. Okay, check it. I love that. It's so it's peaceful, but it doesn't put you to sleep. It's not. It could, I guess. If you just depend on what kind of funk you're in, but it's peaceful, but it's I don't know even how to explain it. It's great. These headphones are terrific. I just bought these a few weeks ago, and they're you can hear everything of everything, things I
Yeah.
can hear in my truck, and so I'm hearing things going on. I'm like, oh wait, well, there. So I'm gonna have to listen to it again so I can pick out something else.
Heck yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
There's things going on there that it's probably just DJing. I never really got into the tables.
Yeah.
I did some DJing, but I had the CD Mix One. I actually still have it. It's up in the
Okay.
closet. It's for CDs. It was just a deck. I got to move over here. So it's like just a deck, maybe about this big, and it
Yeah.
had two CD drives. Yeah, and you could go across.
Gotcha. Okay. I've seen those
No
before.
scratching. I couldn't. It didn't have the Pioneer. It wasn't the table thing. The scratch. I wish it would have been, but it wasn't. So I used that for about, I don't know, 8 years, uh,
Yeah.
in clubs and stuff. It was so much fun doing it, and I figured out on my own how to crossfade over on the beat and use Q and all that stuff to do it nonstop. And that was what was most exciting about doing that. But I never really got into well, I kind of did, but
Yeah.
that's another time story for another time. But how did you get into this? And did you scratch records? Did you
Oh,
scratch CDs? I mean,
no.
everybody scratched CDs.
I never did. I never did. I started when I was like 18. Um, I began by just DJing, and then it progressed. I I was just DJing at house parties with a set of speakers, and I would show up at house parties anywhere between like West Palm and Miami, and I had like a group of people that built up bigger and bigger. They would ever somebody would tell me if a party was going on, and I
Awesome.
would show up with my speakers and I would say, "Can I play? I'll play for free." So I just played for free. Nobody ever turned me down. Only one house ever was like, "No, what the hell?" But I was like, "All right, I'm out then, I guess."
Yeah,
And
go back there.
I built up like a following of people that just wanted to party. Everyone just wanted to party. You know what I mean? And so I ended up getting club gigs because um I was able to be like, yo, I guarantee you that I will bring um, you know, 30 to 50 people at least,
Yeah,
you know? And so I started getting club gigs and I realized I wanted to take it seriously because it was like, yeah, it was the partying was fun, but there wasn't anything very serious about it.
yeah, yeah. It is a
So
big party, mainly.
yeah, exactly. And it's just over and over and over again.
The same
Uh,
thing. The same
yeah.
thing. It kind of gets old. But yeah.
So I wanted to play my own music.
Hmm.
And I had to be able to make my own music. And during this time DJing, I was learning stuff little by little how to produce, but not really. And so I ended up going to school in LA. Um, went to LA recording school. It's like a branch off of LA film school.
Nice.
And I learned like the basics of production, kind of like how to produce a hip hop beat type deal. Um, and then from there, just came back home and started producing, and just like made it my mission and my goal, and just like set it as like, this is what I'm doing. And so I took a step back from DJing because when I got back from LA, everybody was spread out, and I wasn't gonna build up this party scene around me again. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I just decided to buckle down and produce. And now we're here,
Yeah.
just trucking along and trying to make it work, and still figuring some things out. But I've been producing for like learning how to produce for 9 years now. And I would say I've been producing for like three. Um, so I'm starting to like get the hang of it finally and figure out what my sound is and stuff.
What do you think your hardest challenge is nowadays? Just like right in the present. What's your biggest challenge from where you want to, from where you are now to where you want to be? What's the one thing that you're trying to get?
Yeah.
Try to get to the next level, I guess.
One is
For
live
you.
shows.
Yeah.
Like this one in West Virginia, there was, I don't know, 35 to like, I would say 60 to 70 tops. You know what I mean? That's pushing it. But um, it was a great show, and it was like one of the bigger ones I've played in a while. So I gotta just like, I gotta get out. You know what I mean? I've been trying to just get out and play more live shows, things where I don't have to plan all these things myself too,
Yeah.
because like a lot of this has been planned myself, taking care of all these things, and it's a lot.
So
Um,
I noticed you did a tour for your album,
a
um,
little one,
which
yeah,
included West Virginia, and you did Charlotte, I know, and some other
yeah,
places. So you did all those bookings probably on your own, right?
yeah.
Good.
And
Yeah, that takes a
yeah,
lot.
Charlotte, I've been there before, and I
Oh,
knew the person, and I met, got to meet in person some people from my like private community, the Tribe of Asher. Um,
how do I get
that
into how do I get into your private community?
I'll send you an invite.
Is it
It,
is
it's
it
a
is it gated? Is it a gated community?
Yeah,
There's a crap ton of
basically.
those in Florida.
Yeah, I don't want the crazies in there. You know what I mean? So
Well, I can get obnoxious, but I won't get crazy.
no, get obnoxious. I love that because like I need to be not the only one talking in the group, you know?
Yeah, there you go. I can
Exactly.
definitely talk.
Do it.
I want to be in the tribe. Is Michael in the tribe?
Yes, he's in the
All right.
tribe.
Well, then I need to be initiated into the tribe.
I
Is there
will
any
link.
is there any prerequisites to join? Is there dues or anything like that?
You meet all the prerequisites.
I do. Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Must be
Music
must be pretty
lover,
low.
lover, and gonna be obnoxious in the tribe. Perfect. Boom.
Yes, I'm that guy. I will be that guy. I
Awesome.
need to talk to Michael about maybe. Um, I always think about this at the weirdest times, and then I forget to send him a message about it. I wonder if there's like a. I know there's like a. I'm getting there. Hang on. Um, a podcast association nationally. I know there is. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure there is, and it's for different things. But I wonder if there is just for West Virginia, because I think that's something me and him could start. Because there's got to be other podcasters doing whatever they're doing on
Yeah.
whatever topic. But it's just something to where like I don't even know what we would do, but maybe he has ideas what we do.
Either way, just collaborating, like they would gain your followers, you would gain their followers, and it's a collaborative effort of just building. Like you kind of know you guys are using each other for that, but like that's what it is. It's the business of it, and like
Yeah,
it's a good
networking.
way to link up, and like friendships can build from that either way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it should happen. I think it should happen. I will get a hold of him. If I
Yeah.
don't, then you bring it up to him. Time that I forgot to tell him, and he can bring it up to me. Now I'll remember. Mental note. Mental note.
Yeah.
Ask him about that because I even talked to him yesterday ish. I think it was yesterday. I don't know. I have some good news. It's your show, so I don't want to take too much time away from you. But I feel like I need to. I feel like I need to. I can't say who it is because of if it doesn't happen, right? But I think
Yeah.
it is. I think it's going to. So about a few months ago, I had on David Da Vinci. He's the illusionist that jumped out of the hot air balloon with the Falcon that I told you about
Yeah.
before we started. He's an illusionist also. He just doesn't wingsuit. He does magic tricks, and he's hung out with David Copperfield, and well, I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated with Google Earth. I get on Google Earth all the time and just look at things, and
Yeah.
then you can zoom in, you get on Street View, and you can actually look at the buildings. It's just I don't know. It puts me to sleep too at night, so that kind of helps. But I was messing around in Pittsburgh one day, just kind of looking around for some reason, and there's icons on there that it'll say what like a restaurant or a bar or a doctor, just businesses.
Yeah.
So this one icon, it was the like the event place icon or something or venue or something, but it wasn't. It was like just like a house or a building, and it said the person's name and then it said magician. I was like, all right, well, I'll check it out. So I checked it out, and there was a website. So I got on his website and looked at his website, and I was just shot in the dark. I just emailed him. Hey, I've had a magician on before. I usually interview musicians, blah blah blah, stuff like that. He got back to me yesterday, and he's down to be on the show.
Yeah.
So hopefully here soon we're gonna I got to see what his schedule's like. But he's a mentalist, which means he could read my obnoxious mind,
Yeah.
which would be badass. I'd like to know what he thinks is going on.
Yeah. I got to see this episode.
Yeah. So we're gonna work it out to where I will go up to Pittsburgh and do the show live with him wherever we go.
Okay.
He said he's got access to a place we could go. The guy works on yachts for like business, rich people. This is somebody I really need to get in with. I need some money. You know what I mean? He knows people that have money. He knows the Penguins, the Pirates, the Steelers. He knows all the. But no, that's not. But it's. I mean, what are the chances? And he knows who David Da Vinci is, and knows a little bit about his work, and he also plays music. So I mean, what are the world works in mysterious. Google Earth works in mysterious ways. That's what it is.
How far is Pittsburgh from you?
About an hour and a half, give or take.
Oh, that's not bad at all. I drive to Orlando in like 3.5 hours, and that's an easy drive for me.
Yeah, I'm actually going up Tuesday for a show. I'll be up there.
Okay,
But
nice.
one day he said, I know you're in Pittsburgh a lot covering shows, and let's just see if our schedule would align to the next time you're in Pittsburgh, but I don't want to have to do it, do a show when I'm worried about if I have to go somewhere else. I don't want to. So I said, well, let's just let me shoot me some dates. I said I'll come up there. That way the focus is you, your appearance on the show. We'll do the show, and you can read my mind, because who knows, he might be tired and I might be tired after this mind reading thing happens. I don't know what to expect with this, so
The thoughts out of your brain, he's gonna
I need a cleanse. I think.
back at you, but you're not gonna breathe. You're not gonna take them back in.
Yeah, is it like, I don't know if it's like possession or exorcism. I don't know what it is, but because he mentioned that in the email, he said, I could read you and or someone else. So does he want me to bring somebody in case he's not seeing anything, or I mean,
He's like, it's empty in there, bro.
yeah, like a backup plan. I don't know. So It'd be fun. I mean, I watched some of his stuff on YouTube that he's put up. Just card tricks and things like that. So that's always cool to see. I always look forward to seeing things like that. I'm like a little kid. Ooh, magic! Even though it's not really magic, it's sleight of hand or it's illusions. But
That's even cooler. Like that someone could pull that stuff off right in front of your face and you have no idea what's going on. Like come on now. That
well,
is
maybe
magic.
it's a distraction. It's a distraction. I mean, like David sent me a DVD that he had put out a long time ago of some tricks and he
Yeah.
actually shows you how to do them. And of course, once you see him, you're like, oh, but some of them you can't even tell that he was doing it. Like you can't. You have to rewind it 1,000 times because you're like, now wait, what? Like how do I distract them from that? Because some of it is so obvious that I don't know how nobody sees it. Nobody sees how easy it is, and he's making all this money. Well, I don't know how much money they make, but they're doing all this, and it's so easy to them. It's like they're chuckling because they're like, "Ah, you fell for it." You know what I mean? It's like there's what is it? There's the street performers that do like the cups with the ball underneath. They say
That's
never to do that.
what I was thinking. Yeah.
They say never do that because it's always because it's a sleight of hand thing where you think you know where it's at, but in
Yeah.
reality he's pulled it or something. Yeah.
Have you seen Avatar, The Last Airbender?
No, I have not.
So
Is it
there's a
terrible?
scene, there's this blind girl that's an earthbender. And so she could like bend the earth towards her and stuff like that, right? So they're and she's blind, so she could feel everything. So like they came up on that game in a city. This is an animated show.
Yeah, yeah.
Um and they came up on that game in like a city that they're walking through, and she played it and she could feel where he was flicking the ball to, and like so he's playing the cup game and she could kind of like sense exactly where the
What?
ball is and what he's doing, and then she earth bends the ball back into place, flick it, so she just like wrecks him
Good
in the
too.
game and steals all his money.
I was doing this leading up to David Da Vinci's appearance on the show. I was doing this trick with a silk thing. I don't have it beside me, or I would do it. I don't know. Nobody wants to see it, but but when I had David on, I did it for him. Just on the call here, and then he did it because he knew the exact same trick,
Yeah,
and it was way better than I did it. I mean, he had a
yeah,
better story. He had a way better distraction technique than I mean, it was just perfect. Like it really looked like that scarf disappeared. But when I did it, it was just like it was quirky and it was obnoxious. That's the word
yeah.
of the day, by the way, obnoxious.
Okay,
Um,
there we go.
but yeah, but it was fun. He did a card trick or two, and then got to be on the Falcon stunt that he did. I don't know when the video is going to release, but they did it in 9 days. And the Falcon. So what happened is excuse me, he jumped out of a hot air balloon in a wingsuit, which is crazy
Yeah,
by itself. And then a Peregrine Falcon was released just after he jumped. And at the same time, they have a cameraman that's in a wingsuit also. That I got to talk to him and David right like the night before they started training. But so they got the cameraman in a wingsuit filming all this. And David's free falling in a wingsuit, and a falcon's coming after him. He's holding like a bait, some kind of bait or something for that falcon. And the stunt was for the falcon to find him and get the bait.
yeah,
They had like a GPS tracker on the falcon's neck or something. The falcon had this little helmet on. It was funny, but
yeah.
like, but they did it.
They
I,
did
I've,
it.
I've yet to see it because the
Oh,
video's not. I've yet to see it, but they did it.
yeah. No, I'm excited to see that video. It's
Yeah,
gonna be.
it's. I mean, I mean, for one thing, humans are not made to be in a balloon. Okay, I'll start there. The second
Yeah,
thing is humans are not made to fly, so don't quit jumping out of planes. I'm not a skydiver, obviously.
you're
I don't
in the
have.
balloon flying already,
What is
which
it?
is already off. Like you're already in the balloon flying, so that's
Yeah, yeah.
already wrong.
I
That's
mean,
already wrong.
I was in a balloon one time, and it was somebody's birthday, and it was tandem to the ground.
Yeah,
They just took you up and then back down, and
gotcha.
that was enough for me. I'm good. I mean, I don't mind planes. Planes. I mean, that's a machine built to take you in flight. I mean,
Yeah,
I know a hot air balloon is too, but not really. I
yeah.
mean, not
It's a balloon with hot air. Like, come on now. That ain't
put a beak from a bird to that balloon. You're done. Down
done.
to
Yeah,
But anyway, he made it up there several times, jumped out of that hot air balloon, and the Falcon went and got the bait. And yeah, so he's tagged like Guinness Book in every update and everything he's put up there. So I don't know. It's got to be some kind of record. I don't think anybody's done that before, but
Yeah.
because a Falcon is a Falcon could rip you apart.
Yeah,
and,
I've never seen
and
anything like that, and
yeah,
like the fact that they did that is gnarly.
it almost brings up the question: what's next? You got to one up that, you know.
Yeah, they will.
How
Someone
about
will
like
have it.
five Falcons flying at you like 200 and some miles an hour, wherever fast they go. Let's see if you can handle that, Dave. You know,
Yeah, just strap on the bait everywhere, like five different
everywhere.
pieces on his back.
The groin is the bullseye. That's what
Yo,
I did ask him though, because I didn't know at before he did it, I didn't know if he was going to be holding it or where it was going to be. And I was talking to I had the lead singer of Byzantine, OJ, was on, and we were talking about it, and I was like, I wonder if it's his groin where the target, where the bait's going to be. That would suck.
dude, the new Jackass movie,
Is there a new one?
uh, Jackass Forever. It came
Oh,
out, I don't know, 2 years ago or something like that. But dude, there's a stunt on there with Wee Man, and Wee Man has is strapped up, just like spread out, bro. And they put like a bunch of meat in his underwear, and, and just let a vulture just go in and try to get the meat. It was the most
did he get it?
brutal thing. Yeah, it got it once it got the meat and it bit him a few times in the groin. They were like, all right, we're
These guys
good."
are just nuts. I mean, that's just like
Insane.
yeah. I mean, they've done it. I used to watch. Well, everybody watched it. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's like how do you even come up with something like that? But I know because they didn't do anything. They just Bam was a skateboarder, so he had nothing going on, you know. And all he did was wake up his dad a lot. That was hilarious. That was
Yeah.
the funniest shit ever. But didn't
He's not
his parents like ban him from his own home or something? Like he
Well, no, he's not in this new one, and I think so because he kept you know, it was just a big thing where Jackass was all behind when like when he was doing everything they wanted, all the stunts that he wanted, and everything was fine and dandy when he was and when they were partying with him, and he was like, taking Adderall and partying, and it was
everything.
ridiculous, Yeah, but everybody,
Steve-O got bad too, didn't he? Like on alcohol or something.
well, no, he just went to rehab. But that's the thing is like once everybody went to rehab and got clean, everybody in Jackass got clean, and then Bam was like kind of the only one, and they
Yeah.
started like making him like the outlaw, like you know what I mean, um, like kind of like
Imagine
take.
being in that group of friends. I mean, like just
Oh my God, I couldn't even imagine. I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want.
did I see on Facebook a picture? I stalked your Facebook page, by the way, but
Nice.
um, it's public. It's not like, um,
Yeah, exactly.
but did I see a picture? I think of you skateboarding on there.
Um,
I did see
maybe.
a guy on a unicycle at a gas station for some reason. That was weird. There's a video.
Huh?
There's a video of a guy on a unicycle.
Is that? Are you deep? Like deep in my
Oh,
Facebook?
I was way back. Yeah, I was going back to where you had no hair yet, and there was a picture of you really young, maybe with your dad or something. It was with somebody.
I
Maybe a
have a
big,
picture with Wayne Gretzky on there, like a picture way deep
maybe
in
that
my
was what.
profile pictures.
Maybe that was
Uh,
it.
that was probably that one. I had like a Nike shirt on with like duct tape.
Yeah, I think that was
Um,
it. Here, I'll
and
pull it
then
up so everybody can see. No, I'm kidding.
yeah,
I probably could.
you probably could. Yeah. How do you do that? Is there a way to do that
Oh,
on
there's
on?
ways. It's a secret podcast secret.
Gotcha, okay.
No, you just share the screen, and you know. But yeah, it's but I did see you with the beginnings of the hair,
Yeah.
and with it very short, and then beginnings of the hair, and then
Yeah.
uh, did I not see you skateboarding? Did you ever
No,
skateboard?
I skateboarded a good amount when I was younger. My little brother Tyrus was always just way better, you know? And if somebody is way better than me at something, I'm kind of just like, all right, what's the point? Like I'm not gonna be I have to work 4 times as hard to be as good as this person. You know,
Has he
my
ever
little
asked you? Has he ever asked you how to DJ? See, there, that's
I've wanted to teach him how, and so we could do a little brother like duo thing because that'd be
yeah. But
so
then
fun.
he might get better, and then you don't want that. So I wouldn't teach him. Heck with it.
No, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. Production, it takes too long, you know. Like the methods have to be drilled into your brain.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the tempo's got to be there. The tempo's got to constantly be there. You know,
yeah,
that's musicians anyway. You know, anything you do is musician. Well, actually, in life, I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know, it's the tempo and the rhythm, and you got to have the rhythm or something. Um, now I want to listen to Urban Forest, but
okay,
when we get done with Urban Forest, you watch the show with Michael Grass,
yeah.
the podcaster, and so you already know what the Wiener segment is. You've already
Not
witnessed.
exactly. Refresh me because
Yes, you
like
do. Yeah, don't be joshing me now. All right.
oh dude,
So
I
I'm gonna.
remember being like confused and like, yo, let me block this out of my memory.
Oh, okay. Because I did
So
say that in the chat
I
room.
don't remember it fully because
Okay,
I
well,
think my brain was like, yo, don't remember this. This is insane.
we'll touch on it, but I'm going to change it a little bit since since you're aware of it. You know,
Okay, okay.
and I'm gonna do this. I wasn't going to announce this, but I'm already doing it. Um, I'm going to try to change it up for future episodes, so it's not just one topic that you already know what it is. So
Okay.
we'll talk about it after the song. But this is Urban Forest. This is a really good song too. This is one of my favorites off your album. What is this? What is and who is Rescue? Tell us who Rescue is and what it's about the song.
Yeah, Rescue is a German producer. That is just next level, like classically musically trained, and so him translating things to the production is like amazing. You know, he's always killing it.
Shoot, sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
Miyoki is a singer from Spain, and she lived in LA for 2 years as well, or I don't know if it's 2 years or longer, but she wanted to get back to Spain because LA was just not it, you know, and so that's what the song is about, like the urban forest of like LA and kind of wanting to go back to where you're from.
Was it like that for you when you were out there?
Yeah, definitely. Like, because I was in the middle of Hollywood and it was just grimy and polluted.
I've been out there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just gross. Like, even if
Not
I
the
was,
glam that they tell you about.
yeah, not the place they say. Just like walking to school there and stuff, like it was like a little over a mile a day, and just the stuff I would see on the way to school, it's like, yo, come on, what the heck am I seeing in the streets right now?
Yeah. Yeah, that you really don't know about things until you leave home and go somewhere far away from home,
Yeah,
like Ohio. No, I'm kidding. No, like no, just if you're just leaving home, it's just like you go to another state. The culture is completely different. You know,
yeah, it's important for people to,
it's crazy how that works even within one country. You know, like how things can be so different somewhere else than it is where you grew up or what you're used to. But
yeah.
well, let's listen to Urban Forest, and then we'll talk wieners. I love that segue. All right, here.
Great zone, loud words drowning out your doubts. Your heart beats cold, a mechanical song. Glass frame, steel bones, your nature is inside out. Your heart beats cold, cold like the urban forest. And if I hope it's far from here, still far from here.
on the radio?
Um,
It needs to
I,
be.
okay, hopefully it will get there.
Yeah, that's a radio song. I mean, but I mean, and in a good way. I mean that in the best way possible. That's a great song. It really is.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I bet it sounds nice from the headphones, the new headphones.
Dude, it's. I mean, but you can hear the highs too. I mean, it's crazy, crazy.
Cool. Yeah, it's a full song.
We should collab on something.
Let's do it. No, I'm super down. I like to make all different types of stuff, so I'm down to just have fun.
I want to try to do a battle with you. I know it's hard because you're in Florida and I'm in West Virginia, but I think we can do this. We can make this happen. I play this thing. Mainly.
Okay.
I play the Moog D Fam, and this thing is crazy. And when me and Rob jam with this thing, he usually plays guitar or bass or something when we were jamming, and I'll just play that. And that thing is, the frequencies are just they're just so loud. It just overpowers everything. But we figured it out to where it doesn't, it mixes better now. But we should do a song of something.
Yeah.
About something. I don't know. But
No.
I am doing me and Rob just sent up a beat. I had a rapper, a young guy rapper from Pittsburgh called OTP Ronnie, or OTP Ron, and we just sent a beat up to him, and he's gonna do a rap over top of it. It's really good. I was shocked because, for me and Rob, we're into rock and stuff, and I brought that idea up to him. I was like, I had a rapper on last night, and I asked him if he would collab on a song. I was like, you think we can come up with a good like hip hop vibey kind of? He's like, oh yeah. I'm like, really? He's like, and first take. Of course, our version was 45 minutes, but the version we sent to him was 5. So
yeah. Nice. Y'all are musicians, so like whipping up a hip hop beat that sounds nice and groovy. I'm sure y'all could do that pretty easy.
Yeah, I was shocked, and he said, well, don't send that to him. It's not mixed. I was like, well, it's okay, because I listened to it on. If it sounds good on these, it usually sounds okay enough to, And then I said when he gets done, we'll have him send it back, and then you can
mix from there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I might have to send you the beat to see what you think. I'm excited about it. I think he come up with something. Like, I don't know what hip hop guys do, but that's what I do when I hear hip hop.
Yeah.
Dork.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
It's on the show, so.
Getting it.
Getting it. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Saturday. I have a Saturday show this week. With a band that I don't know much about at all. They were watching a previous show with a previous guest and inquired about being on the show, and I said sure. They're called Less Than Zero. They're from Central PA. I don't know much about Central PA, but I do know that there's a hot dog stand there.
Okay.
You like that segue?
Yes, I love the segue.
For everybody that knows that everybody that always watches the show, the wiener segment is Mike's thing, but nobody knows what Mike looks like. He looks like Mr. Clean. But nobody knows what Mike looks like, and he won't come in and do the show, so I have to do it. So basically, the wiener segment is what do you like on your hot dogs, and where's a good place in Fort Lauderdale to go for hot dogs. But I'm gonna hold on before we get there. I'll give you some time to think about this.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mike has lived in Fort Lauderdale, so you would think he would already know. So I think we're looking at where would you go, but where do you think the best is, so he can butt heads with you, but he can't because he's not in here. So you can say whatever you want. But I think we'll change it. We'll change it a little bit tonight. Right after the hot dog decisions, what is your go-to food when you go out to a restaurant in Fort Lauderdale that you can't really get anywhere else? You have to go to Fort Lauderdale to get. So first, your hot dog toppings, and best place to go for hot dog.
Okay, so I'm a simpleton with the hot dogs. So just ketchup, just ketchup.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I knew that was gonna be a boring one, and I remember Mike's was absurd. It was like sour cream and lettuce or something.
Mike's?
Remember? Yeah, oh, Michael.
Yeah. What was it?
No.
Yeah, just odd. Yeah, for a West Virginia guy, that was odd. I was kind of. I'd have to go back and see exactly what it was. I can't remember. Yeah, that was.
And I
He's
love ribbing on him because, like, yo, what is that? What is that, dude? What?
somebody the other day said relish and onions. No, ketchup and relish. No, no, none of that.
I've heard that before, though. Relish is like a hot dog thing.
It's like
Not me. I just go straight up ketchup. And honestly, like, I'm sure there's a really good hot dog place, but like, I'm gonna have to just say Char Hut because, like, I
do
don't
they have
know.
other things there that are terrific?
Yeah, I can't think of any place that's like, wow, next level hot dogs right here.
Well, I'm sure
So
Mike could.
yeah, I bet Mike could because this is his segment. He's got to know. He's got to know a place in Fort Lauderdale.
I can't believe he's not even in the chat room. He's usually got the eyeball emoji going, and then I know he's watching. But
Yeah,
Mike, I don't want to yell because the microphone.
yeah,
Mike,
because the
hot dog.
micro.
All I got to say is Mike hot dogs and undivided attention immediately. It's hilarious. Yo, hot dogs. Well, when you go out to eat, say you don't feel like cooking anything at home. You don't feel like making a sandwich. You just want something from somewhere, and you're just like, you know what would be good right now, and then bam, that's where you go. What's that place for you where you live that you can't get anywhere else? Like you can't get the same thing that way anywhere else.
Yeah, there's some Cuban places that it's
Ooh.
like you're not getting that Cuban food anywhere else except for like those places in South Florida. Um, so that's always good if I'm going out, but um
Do you cook at home a lot?
not a lot, but I started doing the meal
Oh,
kits.
I hate those things.
Yeah, I
Apparently,
wanted to
I will
do
never
some
be
more.
sponsored by HelloFresh, but whatever. But yeah, that I don't like it at all.
Yeah. I'm just not a grocery shopper. Like I hate it. It's my worst nightmare. So my girlfriend does that with me for me.
Grocery delivery? You guys have that down there? I'm sure you do. You probably had it before we did.
It's just that much more expensive. And with HelloFresh, they at least give me exactly how to do it.
And
I'm being told
with no left.
exactly how to do it, and I just whip it up, and I get to pick which meals or whatever each week. So um, I've been trying that to cook a little bit more, but
No,
I
it
don't
just
know. Is
doesn't seem there's enough though. Like I know it's usually like you can get it for like two people, but that doesn't. And I had it for two people, but it just
yeah,
doesn't seem like it's enough. It's like a Weight Watchers meal, you know. It's like
yeah.
I need some gravy on this, you know.
They try to give you. They try to. Those things are add-ons. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that's where they get you a little bit. Those things are add-ons, and what their whole thing is, they're giving you just enough. Like it's like your plate is supposed to be wiped clean when you're done,
Yeah.
and there's no extra food. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
like
That's a good
thrown
point.
out or whatever. That's kind of like their whole thing. But I could see how it's not enough for sure. Because like,
You're not, are you I know a big thing nowadays with a lot of people I've talked to is being vegan. Are you do you qualify under that? Are you a meat eater like a are
yeah,
you
I've eaten meat my whole life, and like I went vegetarian like I don't know 7 years ago or something, and I was strict with it for like 4 years. But like, uh, your body needs some type of meat sometimes. I
what
think.
Okay, this is a funny question. What happened and did you feel terrible when you ate meat after those 4 years after going
Yes.
strictly
Oh my
what
dude,
what, what was it like a juicy steak or something?
um, no, it actually wasn't. It was like it was a piece of like I had like sausage pizza, bro. Sausage pizza. And it was the worst, like the nastiest sausage on top of the pizza. Dude, it wrecked my stomach. But so now if I do eat meat, it's like a prime piece of steak. You know what I mean? Chicken wrecks my stomach. Like it just doesn't
You just never
like
know
I don't
where it's from either. You just chicken's just
yeah.
chicken, you
It's
know?
just chicken. Like there's so much of it now. And like, yeah,
Lots of
exactly.
beaks and feathers and all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
some of the wings that they like, some of the restaurants. Well, I'm not gonna name the restaurant that I used to work at, but the restaurant I used to work at, I'm not gonna name it, but we would make wings. They had really good wings, but working there, you see the wings before they're cooked.
Yeah.
You see that because they weren't frozen; they were fresh fresh wings. Mike worked there too. That's actually where I met him. But some of the wings had, the the feather bone things coming off. Like that's not supposed to be there when the butcher. No, it's probably like working at the back line at McDonald's. Just the things you see there, but we still eat. It's still delicious.
It is. I love McDonald's, but I try to stay away. I try.
Well, so it's not I was assuming it was gonna be some kind of seafood, like well, not lobster, but I guess some kind of seafood dish since you're down there.
Yeah, I mean, I do like fish because it's a way lighter meat, so it never messes with my stomach at all.
Yeah.
Because
what's your go-to seafood then? How's that? What's your favorite? What's your favorite swimming thing to eat? I don't know.
I used to love calamari, and then I saw a video of an octopus being just fucking cooked, and I was like, no. I was like, I will never eat an octopus again. This is the saddest thing of my life. It was trying to get away so bad, bro. It was like, yo, I need to get the fuck out of here.
Cows aren't just cows are pretty dumb. They're probably just standing there going like that. But yeah.
And then,
have you ever seen a hot dog being made?
No.
It looks like a chocolate milkshake, like a Frosty from Wendy's is what it looks like.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's not okay, but I'll still eat a hot dog, like half of one.
It's delicious. But
it's delicious. Yeah.
I always tell Mike, hot dogs are like it's like a Philly blunt. You open that thing up and you take the stuff out of it, and there's like hairs and all kinds of stuff. I mean, that's what a hot dog is. Basically, it's beaks.
It's just a bunch of everything. Yeah.
And there's probably some Philly in that filling.
Yeah.
Too.
Asher,
it's been so much fun chatting with you and getting to know you. And come back up. I will clear the entire week out to make it.
Ahead of time this time too. It won't be the week before. It'll be, a month ahead of time or something.
It was kind of it was awesome because it was like right then, and I was like, oh, I can go because I could at that time when I had Michael on, I was like, well, I had nothing going on. Apparently, I did. But, things come up. Life happens. Life happens. You just gotta do life, and you just gotta. That's
just gotta get it.
You gotta. If you don't do life, then it's not gonna get done. I don't know.
And then you won't life it up. Yeah.
Yeah, you life it up for the. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah.
Nobody commented tonight, but hopefully they will because it'll be on there, until we end the stream for like 5 minutes.
Late or something, dude. Was that being like weird?
No. There's people watching. There's nobody's saying a word. I commented, but I always do. So.
Yeah, I'll comment on there.
Yeah, I put in there your the song we were listening to, what it was called, and where it's available everywhere, and blah blah blah. That stuff. The things that I don't normally do, I try to do things every show to because I never do. How on YouTube a lot of people put things in the description.
Yeah.
And I always say on the show that I'm going to put something in the description, and I always forget. And then I forget what I was going to put in the description.
Better not to, because like when you put a link to something else in the description, YouTube won't push your video as hard because another link that's going to send people away is in the description. So it's better to put it in the comments.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I learned something today. My camera's weird. I didn't have time to set it up properly, but my points are all off and everything.
Yeah.
We're going everywhere. One more thing. One more tidbit. One more tidbit before we go. I purchased smart lights for the first time. I'm trying to make my house. My house is dumb as shit, so I'm trying to make it smart. Save energy. It's for the environment.
I think your house should be dumb. That's the thing. I think houses should stay dumb so we could stay a little bit smart.
Everything but human beings should stay dumb.
Dumb,
don't need anything smarter than me. That's when people get depressed. You think. But I bought these. I bought 4 smart lights. They're multicolored, so you can set the scene.
Yeah.
So I set the scene. This is it. This is all no, but they do, and you control them from your phone. So like I can. It was funny. The very first one that I installed is in the living room, and Mike's in there watching TV last night, right? So I'm standing there, I'm doing the whole setup and stuff right in front of him. Then I come back to the studio here, and I'm just sitting in here, and I let like an hour and a half pass by, and I got on the app and I changed the light because I said, "What color do you want me to leave it on?" He said, "Blue." So I changed it to like bright ass yellow or something like that. And he's like, "Hey," I can hear him in there. I was like, "Hey, you can't do anything about it because I can control it from my phone."
Yeah.
So it's working in my favor. Me and the smart lights, we're working together on this.
You guys are a team now.
But you can dim it. You can dim it like all the way down like 5%, like for nighttime and for ambient lighting. So it's kind of cool. I like it.
That's nice. That is nice.
It's the way of the future. I hear.
I got a hot board.
The outro song tonight is a band that I had on a while ago. They're called Quiet Hours. They're not quiet at all. We had great conversation when they were on. I hope to get them back on soon and talk to them. We had a great time. They're out of Pittsburgh, and their album is called Reality TV. And I don't know why I didn't have it, but I saw them on Instagram doing something. They had a post up, and I was like, wait a minute, I never. So I went and got the album. The album's fantastic. It's called Reality TV by Quiet Hours. The song is called Phantom Funk Booth. I was like, oh yeah. I was listening to it in my truck today, and I was like, oh, this is definitely outro. It's upbeat. It's uplifting. It's very good. Asher's album is out. It's called Astral Spring, correct? It's available everywhere, and you're constantly putting stuff out, and it's all good stuff, and it's uplifting, it's upbeat, it's ambient, it'll put you in a mood. Sometimes you come up and play in West Virginia at the shop, and other places up north, but you were in Florida a lot, so because you live there, and so I'm sure you play down there a lot too. What do you have coming up? Tell the folks what you have coming up.
I got something in Chicago coming up. I'll probably be performing there soon. Besides that, I've got some more collabs coming up. One with my homie from Canada, Young Wolf. I'm really excited about that one. We have Jimmy with an H on that with the vocals, and the other homie Percy's who's hopping on it and spicing it up a bit. So I'm excited about that. I've got another one with Danny King in the works that I'm super stoked about. And I've got some jerseys that are being shipped to me now. They're super sick hockey jerseys. They're expensive, but they're like one of those things you get on it and you're gonna want it for life. Like it's super quality. And yeah, besides that, I kind of want to do like a podcast run. I love doing this with you. It was super fun, and like I've been thinking about doing just like finding some podcasts and
they're out there. There's a shit ton of them.
promo like this, like I love it like this, just chatting it up and like making connections and stuff. And like I'm excited to work with you moving forward. And like
sure,
yeah, make sure you send me the beat you made as well.
What, are you sure you don't want to do one first? No, it'd probably be easier for you to work around whatever me and Rob. I want to involve Rob in it because he does the drummy beats. Yeah,
I just want to hear it anyways, though. Yeah. I just want to hear that, and we could start something fresh. But I would still.
Then when you come up to the shop, I will bust onto the stage at that certain time, and we'll play it.
And we'll play it. Yes. No, that'll be epic.
Michael won't even know anything about it, even though I just said it on the show, so he's probably watching.
Yeah, maybe he'll leave by at this point. He'll be gone.
Yeah. He's like, oh well, they're talking about wieners. I'm out.
I'm out. Yeah.
They're making fun of my wiener. That's why. Yeah. If you have 5 minutes, stay right there. If you're busy, that's totally cool. But I'll talk to you just for a little bit after I kill the live stream here in a minute. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna wipe Asher from the board here and change to the next episode. I still can't believe that I've done this many. The next episode is 184 on Saturday at 8:00 with Less Than Zero. And here's Quiet Hours with Phantom Funk Booth. Check out Asher's stuff. His stuff's out everywhere, and it's fantastic. And also Quiet Hours and Natural Cause. That band Natural Cause, they're really good. They have a really good single out called Dream. Check that out too. I'll see you guys Saturday at 8. Have a good night. Thanks, Asher.
let the sparks fly. See the rocket go up in the night sky. Hips move, the rainfall, celebration. Come and find me for the invitation. Last house on South Monterey. If you want to, we can dance together in a dark room. Sweat on the stone walls, hesitation. See your faces that I've been away from. I'm borrowing forgotten time. I lost my reason and my rhyme, but I am chic and feeling fine. Velvet jackets and wine, throw my glitter on and glide. I'm floating like a butterfly above the crowd that stands below. It was almost a dream. 90 degrees, the summer heat is breathing underneath our feet. Go down, see the sparkle that ignites. Lights that bounce and collide. Too hot to keep the mic alive. I've burned myself so many times. Look on, see the embers as they die.